Here's another movie I saw. You can see it on different places, obviously. The Shuttered Room. Okay. Apparently, it's a Lovecraft story, or one of those Derleth Lovecraft stories. It's not the Shunned House, it's the Shuttered Room. Really good film. There's no supernatural horror in it. It's the old, you know, mad twin sister locked up in the attic sort of thing. But it's interesting. It was shot in Norfolk in England, but it's supposed to take place in New England. So, and Oliver Reed is the one of the local bully boys. It seems he played that role a lot early on. But it's funny because they all have like American accents. The one guy has like a baseball hat, and you have him, speaking like a generic American accent, which is kind of funny because they don't sound anything like New Englanders the way they sound. But it's just, it's actually a decent film, a thriller, right? But how it was a Lovecraft thing, I don't know. I don't know the story too well. Like I said, Derleth was involved. I don't know, but it was pretty well done. The POV shots. You keep thinking that, well, this movie originated the POV shot. Man, this film had it. I mean, it's an old technique, that is brought up, but man, it was a really decent film. And interesting. There's a funny thing here where is it? Apparently there's a news story that in Norfolk, when it was shot, there was a controversy. The mill, which gets burned down at the end, which is usually the ending for a lot of these horror films. You burn the castle down, you burn this shuttered room house down. Apparently it was like an 18th century mill, and like people were protesting for them not to do it. So I thought that was interesting that these movie people destroyed something that now you would never allow that now, at least while Western norms are in charge of our society. But anyway, check out the movie. It was pretty good. Pretty decent film. Which is, like I said, it's a thriller, technically a thriller, and it's pretty scary and violent though. So, alright, this is a movie. I had heard of this movie for years. I had never seen it. I finally saw it. Oh, man, a crazy film. At times, almost like an art house film, but it's shot in West Berlin, so it's interesting to see the city, the architecture, and obviously this is what is this? 30 plus years after the end of the end of us all. But the film is interesting. Sam Neill is like I think he's like 21 in this, really young, and damn, Isabella Gianni is so. She's beautiful. She was in the Nosferatu remake. She was she played what is his name, Hutter's or Harker, whatever you want to call him, wife who sacrifices herself. She acts her ass off. I mean, she's been in a bunch of films. This movie, they all. I mean, very intense. They've been cheating on each other. He's a spy, but he comes back. And they have a son, but she's been cheating on him with somebody. But then you find out it's not somebody, it's something. And then it just gets insane. So, this scene here, man, talk about a woman. Apparently, she actually had a nervous breakdown or something after filming this. But, and Sam Neill was like, he said he was traumatized by it. Remember him, he was in horror films early on. He was in the Damien 3 or whatever, the Omen 3. But yeah, Possession, man, this film. And it's the way it's filmed by this guy, this Andrei Zulawski. Okay? The way it's filmed, it really, it doesn't seem dated. Which I like the films being dated. I love seeing the old, London, the old New York. I like that, but I've never been to Berlin, so it really is an intense ending. So check it out if you haven't. And I said some more obscure films for horror, Halloween. Although, like I said, for me it's all year round. So, all right, good night.